So I mentioned in another video that the first book I wrote is a memoir. It's not published yet. I'm still looking for a publisher, and there's still, I guess, some work that will go into it. Usually, it would still be edited, and maybe, I don't know, some other work would also still need to go into it. But as of right now, I have finished the whole book, and I also asked a few writers if they could write a blurb for my book, which fortunately a few other writers did. And yeah, so I never really thought I would finish a book. Actually, I was quite a few times thinking about writing a book, but I never was like, I think I can't do it. Like I can't, put myself out there like that. I was always more comfortable just writing a blog. Yeah, but I don't know. I guess as I grew older, my wish to also be a writer, like to be writing books, just kind of grew stronger. And yeah, I was like simply encountering like a subconscious, no, like more like a conscious block, um, blocking me from progressing to like truly writing a book, and then also like putting it out there to literary agents or publishers. Since I'm rather introverted and I just stay, like, I like just being on my own and not engaging so much with people all of the time for like business like activities or professional activities. I enjoy like working on my own. I enjoy socializing with like friends and family, but I don't like networking or um, doing all that like business stuff so much. So yeah, that took some getting over those blocks that like would probably also be called like self-sabotage. So it's not so much sabotage as it is simply like maybe just being too introverted, like not truly wanting to um, get everybody to know about you. I mean, not that everybody would be getting to know about you when you write a book, but I guess you know what I mean. So, um, yeah, my first book was like is a memoir. Like my second book, the second book I wrote, it doesn't necessarily have to be the second book that is going to be published. Is a book about frugal living in China. It also has a few tips about frugal living in Europe. I think it can be helpful for people who are wanting to save money while living in China. Most people probably know by now that, yeah, like a lot of things have become more expensive, and that sometimes we just all need to save money. Um, yeah, and since I have been living in China, and had also access to like the experience of living within a Chinese family, I am familiar with like how Chinese people live frugally, and also what expats can do to save some money. Um, yeah, then like this book is also kind of finished. I'll still have to go through it one or two more times, maybe edit it a little more. I haven't sent it to any publishers yet, but I'm also planning to work on it once I have finished all the other tasks I need to finish. Then like another book I have written, well, let me think. I think the third book I started, which I haven't finished yet, is a book also like a travelogue, like kind of similar like the first book, where I was writing a memoir and also shared like travel stories, since I have traveled to a lot of different places in China, and some history of those places, since I find history fascinating. And yeah, the third book is kind of um, set up in a similar way, but I have only finished part of it, since yeah, I was caught up writing another book, and I probably may have to go and travel to some other places if I'm going to finish it, or I may just include some more history of the places I went to, which I don't know. I'll just see how it goes while I'm writing it. Um, yeah, then the fourth book is like a book about why certain women are having a hard time being successful these days. I'm sure not everybody is affected in the same way, but I have found it has become so much harder to be successful. Not like, have a ton of success, but just like normal success, like taking care of your children, doing your work, maybe progressing in your career, like not in a kind of like, I need, millions of followers and I need to make like millions of dollars kind of way, but just like in, kind of a small kind of way. It can be bigger if a person enjoys doing that, but like even small kinds of success are sometimes pretty hard to come by for certain women. Maybe some men are also affected by the same dynamics going on. I found it truly, truly hard to get ahead in my career, in my personal life, while living in Vienna. Like, competition is fierce. A lot of people are kind of booting others out, trying to force others out of the workforce, like seeing others as competition, somebody they need to like fight against. And yeah, it's been like a tough few years living in Vienna. I never thought I would find myself in uh, such situations as the ones I experienced. Like, sexism is at an all-time high. I I don't have like real life, I don't have a good comparison because I have only worked in Vienna for like about 2 years before moving to China. Um, so I can't say that it has never been like this. I also haven't worked in Vienna like 50 years ago or 80 years ago. So it's hard for me to truly know if this is a more recent change. But as far as I understand, and like I have tried to kind of read up on what other people said, I think it has indeed become um, much more like much harder simply to just get ahead, keep a job, just like do normal things that make one successful in their own right. Like I said, it doesn't have to be like hugely successful. It can even be like something as small as keeping a job and putting food on the table. Um, yeah, and then my fifth book is called The Meaning of Life According to the Chinese. This is one of my favorites. It may not be a favorite of everyone, but it is like I'm sharing stories with cab drivers and a few other people, and I ask them about the meaning of life, like what they are seeing as the meaning of life, which to me is a very interesting question, particularly in times like these where like everyone's on their phone, living like an online life in some kind of bubble. um, Maybe everyone is not the correct word, but a lot of the people I have encountered were, and just meeting up one-on-one or in smaller groups with other people was kind of impossible. I've tried so many times that I couldn't really find many people who still used to socialize in like the old-fashioned kind of way, where you just were like, hey, do you have time, would you like to meet up, and then you met up. In Vienna, where I stayed for many years, right now I'm like taking care of my kids, and people here, like Chinese people here, are also not truly fans of Europeans or I guess foreigners, and they are usually keeping their distance quite a bit. So yeah, I chat with people in the supermarket, cab drivers. I chat with people, but I don't like usually. I'm not usually able to form real friendships with people here, which is a pity. But yeah, I can't change how things are. People are quite like, they're a bit very foreigners. They probably think we're all pretty bad people. people they need to stay away from. And but yeah, I'm used to it. It's just for me, it's just daily life. Yeah, and in the past, I used to be called Russian quite a bit. Like people were thinking that I'm from Russia. I think maybe there are a few Russians who look similar to me. I have also heard like from my dad that I have some Russian uh, ancestor that goes a few generations back. I don't know how many. Um, I think it was Russian and not like Soviet. If they were Soviet, then it could also be from some other region in yeah, what used to be the Soviet Union. But anyways, like I don't really know much about it. Um, but yeah, I think they would say that anyways. Like even if I didn't have that one ancestor, they would probably say that anyways. Then yeah, they also used to ask me like in southern China if I was American a lot, which I guess I don't know. I mean, Americans they're I'm also pretty sure I could look American. Like there are a lot of different looking Americans. Like it's not like oh you're American, you're not. Like I think it's sometimes you can't really tell where a person is from. Maybe some people just look like European or Russian or American, but just like not Asian. So or like African. So um, yeah, but in recent years, no, in this recent year, people were constantly asking me if I was from Xinjiang, which is funny because I think people from Xinjiang look quite different from me, but maybe it's because my children are mixed and they just can't truly make sense of where we're from when we're going somewhere together. I have also been asked if I'm from Xinjiang when I'm going somewhere alone. I believe it is because I speak Chinese kind of fluently. Maybe sometimes I have like a little accent, and therefore they may be thinking that, oh, she speaks Chinese, she may be from Xinjiang. Like she may not be from outside of China. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like I went to Xinjiang a few years ago to travel, and I'm pretty sure that people in Xinjiang would see the difference and know the difference. Not that everybody looks the same, but yeah, it's just I think it's just people here who are kind of confused as to where I'm from. Nobody usually guesses that I'm Austrian, which is totally fine because I mean, who would be able to guess that? But yeah, I hope you're all having a great day. I didn't used to make any videos where I was talking. I also don't have any makeup on or anything. Um, I was just like, yeah, maybe I'll try and make a video and um, maybe I'll put it online. I'm not a huge fan of putting myself out there because I've been stalked quite a lot by quite a lot of men and maybe sometimes women, but usually men were the ones who are more terrible at stalking me. Um, but yeah, I think it should be fine.